Dear students, good morning and welcome. Now, I am going to discuss on some of the basic concepts of sociology. Firstly, I will be discussing on social institutions. Before going to discuss about social institutions, we have to understand that most of the social scientists and sociologists, whenever they define sociology, usually say sociology is the scientific and objective study of social structure. What is social structure? Social structure is the relationship of principal groups and social institutions. So, indirectly, groups and social institutions are one of those concepts which can be regarded as primary concept of sociology. If we do not understand the concept of social structure, if we do not understand the concept of social institutions and groups, it may not be possible to understand other concepts of sociology. So, what is sociology? If we open books, we will get so many definitions are there. These are complicated. You can go through those definitions, but unless until you will have the opportunity, will have the ability to describe all those definitions, if you do not understand those definitions, if you cannot put all those definitions in your own words, if you cannot narrate all those definitions, these will become void. It will not bring anything fruitful academic benefits for you. So, you have to understand the concepts not only through coining of those definitions, which usually you can put on the answer scripts, and after having completion of the examination, you may forget it because you could not able to understand those definitions. Some of the definitions are here. I am just reading out some of those definitions. Definitions of institutions. Institutions may be defined as the established forms or conditions of procedures, characteristics of group activity, defined by McIver and Page. Secondly, institution may be described as recognized and established usages governing the relations between individuals and groups, that is defined by Ginsberg. And thirdly, institution may be defined as the habitual ways of living together which have been sanctioned, systematized, and established by the authority of communities, defined by C.A. Elut. So these are very complicated definitions. As you are the students of business faculty and art and literature of English language, so I don't like to make things complicated. Rather, let us try to understand the meaning of social institutions in a simple way, in a very brief way, so that we can memorize it and we will be able to understand. And whenever asked, we can narrate it, we can explain it. So, in brief or in an easy manner, social institutions is the established functions of anything. Established functions of anything can be regarded as social institutions. Family, value, norms, ideology, morality, national anthem, national flag, and sometimes ideology and characteristics of an individual may be regarded as social institutions. If those would have some established functions, then we can call it social institutions. So, social institution is which has established functions. Think about value. In a family, the parents know how to behave with the children. The children know how to behave with the parents. In a family, they have been sharing the common value, and this value is controlling the mode of behavior of the family members. Thus, the family can keep itself into integrity. And if the integrity is kept, then socially, economically, and culturally, the family can boost up their status. They can enhance their social positions. So, norm and values has been regarded or considered as social institutions. Family. Family is also an institution. Why? Because family has so many established functions. It recreates us. It has an economic function. It has a social function, cultural function, educational function. For the first time, we learn about the society from our parents, from family. So family has an established educational function. Not only that, family is like a government. The head of the state is president or king in some countries. In a family, if it is a patriarchal society, father is the head of the state, head of the family, almost similar to a state. And some of the political scientists do say state came into being following the nature of family. So, family has an established function. Not only one function, so many functions. So that is why family is considered as social institutions. If family disappears from our society, all of the cultural enhancement, all of the economic development will stop there. So, to keep pace of the development, cultural enhancement, we need to strengthen family. It means we need to strengthen a social institutions. We have so many institutions. East Delta University is an educational institutions. It usually meet the demand of the society. Society has a demand of education. And that is why East Delta University has been established to provide education to its citizens, to its students. So, social institutions, in a simple way, anything which has some established functions, that may be said as social institutions. So many social institutions are here in our society. In fact, thousands of social institutions are there. But the social scientists, the sociologists have classified five institutions as the basic institutions: economic institutions, political institutions, educational institutions, recreational institutions, and the religious institutions. These are the basic social institutions. These are linked up. If any one of the economic institutions get changes, it will have impact on other institutions. And thus the changes begins. Change begins. So, at last, the relationship of institution as it is regarded as social structure, whenever the economic, social, political, and other institutions gets changes, it will have impact on other institutions, and the social change begins from the changes of the social structure. So, social institution has to be understood and should have very clear-cut idea if we want to understand social change, and of course, art and literature, and of course, trade and business of a society. So now I am discussing about the characteristics of social institutions. First, social in nature. Social institution should be social in nature. It is functioning to keep the integrity of the society. I told you that symbols can be regarded as social institutions. National anthem. Whenever our national anthem is sung, we stand up. What does it mean? We people are sharing the common value. We are honoring our national anthem. Thus, we have been sharing the common feelings. So, national anthem has an established function. So, it is considered as social institutions. So, social in nature. So, we have found institutions are social in nature. Universality. It cannot be confined in a time. It is not time bound. So, and universality is also there. Whether I am living here or in USA or in Europe, if I am a Bengali, if I do belong to a citizen of Bangladesh, it will create the same feelings. And we, the citizen of Bangladesh, will feel affinity among us. So, universality is there. Institutions are standardized norms. I told you about the value of family. And all of the families can keep its integrity by following the norms and values of the family. So, these are standardized, and everybody share the standardized norms. Institutions as means of satisfying needs. Social institutions came into being to meet the demand of the society. Think about the Aboriginal society. They do not have any institutions like banks or insurance company, but we do have. We, the people of the modern society, do have. Why? Because if a person in an Aboriginal society dies, the wife and the members of the family's responsibilities are taken by the tribe. But here in our society, if a person dies, his wife or the responsibility of the children will not be taken by the state or society. So we are insecure in our life. To meet that demand, insecurity, to meet a secure life, an insurance company emerged into our society. So it has an established function. So, social institute, bank, insurance company is regarded as social institutions. At the same time, these are satisfying our needs. These are meeting our demands. Institutions are the controlling mechanism norms, values, ideology, religion. These are institutions. These are controlling our mode of behavior. So these can be considered as the controlling mechanism and relatively permanent. Norms, values can most of the time cannot be confined with time. It is not time bound. Sometimes it supersedes the time. Think about religion. Though religion came into being thousands of years back from now, but still has been regulating the mode of behavior of the most of the peoples of the world. So, relatively permanent, abstract in nature. Norms, values can never be touched and sensed. These are abstract. So, abstract in nature. Oral and written tradition. Oral and written tradition. It means institutions can be oral and can be written. Think about constitutions. Constitution can be regarded as institutions, social institutions. It is written. It regulates the mode of behavior of the citizen of a state. So it is written. But oral, norms and values, most of the times oral. And these are not written. Synthesizing symbols. Symbols may be regarded as social institutions. Think about, as I have told you about, our national flag can be regarded as social institutions. Not only that, some of the symbols, our national emblem is also an institution. National emblem of other countries can be considered as social institutions. These also can command and regulate the mode of behavior of the peoples. Not only that, it keeps integrity of the citizens. So symbols can be considered as social institutions. Think about swastika. Swastika is the symbol of the Aryans that can keep integrity of the Aryan people. Even now, in India, most of the the Indian peoples do respect the symbols, swastika. Institutions are interrelated. I told you that the relationship of social institutions can be regarded as social institutions, a social structure. So institutions are related. Now I am telling about the functions of institutions. I am reading it out. Please try to follow me. Institutions cater to the satisfaction of needs. Already I have told it to you. Institutions control human behavior. Institutions simplify actions for the individuals. Institutions assign roles and statutes to the individual. Institutions contribute to unity and uniformity. Manifest functions of institutions: the pursuit of its objectives, the preservation of its internal cohesion. The negative functions of institutions are also there. So these are the functions of the social institutions. Remember, though institutions have established functions, some of the institutions we do not expect to exist anymore. Prostitution and corruption. Prostitution and corruption are also social institutions because they have also established functions. These two institutions also meet the needs of the society. That's why these are also treated as social institutions. But we do not expect it. We have to reduce the corruption. We have to reduce the prostitution in our society if we want to keep continuation of our social, cultural, and economic development. But you will not be able to find out a single society where corruption is not there, where prostitution is not there. Either prostitution is open or is in disguised form. That is the difference between the societies, those who are practicing prostitution. So, so social institutions are do have manifold nature. Social institutions has to be considered as the primary concept of sociology. So that's all from my side today. Thank you for patient sharing. Thanks a lot.